Alright guys, I am here today with some inside vlogging secrets. As a cruise vlogger, I know some of the ins and outs of making films on cruise ships, and I want to address something today that seems to be first and foremost in the minds of many people. I'll get it out of the way here in the intro. If I'm on a cruise ship with my camera and you're on a cruise ship, I'm not trying to film you. Yeah, so in today's episode of the Lido Loca cruise show, I'll expand on that a little bit, and then I'm going to tell you a story about a lady. I don't know, I'm going to tell you a story about a lady on my last cruise, and now that I think about it, maybe she just wanted to be filmed. Hey, welcome back to the Lido Loca cruise show. I'm your host, Tony. If you enjoy cruising and travel content, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Well, I'm coming to you today from the Lido Loca Lido. Snuck out of the studio. You know, the studio is just right back there behind those glass doors. But I thought it'd be fun to come outside and sweat a little bit today. Try to get some sun on my face. A few people have been concerned, say I'm looking a little peakish, I'm looking a little pale, so I probably need to get out here and get some vitamin D. But the sun scares me. I get burnt pretty easy. But I'm outside, I'm feeling the heat, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about cruise ship vlogging. It's a tricky situation, right? I'm going into a public place, and my goal is to show that cruise life. My goal is to show what's going on the cruise ship. My goal is to show some of the features of the cruise ship. My goal is to show some of the features of the excursions, those kind of things. And for me, it's primarily, I also want to show you what that cruise life is for me and my wife, Jenny. We are the main characters of our own story. That's the story that we try to tell because that's the story that we know. Now, cruise lines, cruise ships, those are public places. And so sometimes when you are attempting to film things in public, somebody else is going to end up in the shot. But trust me, that's never my intention. If you go back and look at our Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas vlogs, if you go back and look at many of our vlogs, and a lot of people, when we went on Princess, a lot of the comments on those vlogs were like, that ship looks empty. It doesn't look like anybody's on the cruise ship. I would never cruise on Princess because there's nobody on the cruise ship. That was by design. Again, I'm not looking to get on a cruise ship and make a video of you. It seems like that would be common knowledge, but I did have an interesting encounter on one of our group cruises. There was a big Halloween parade that was going to come marching down the Royal Promenade. This was a Carnival ship. It was going to go into the main theater, and so I set my camera up so that I could capture the people who were dressed up for Halloween. So this seemed like an occasion where, it would be okay to capture the people dressed up in costume, more so for the costume, again, not really trying to film anybody. And where I set up, I guess I was across the way from maybe the coffee shop, the worker there. And midway through the thing, security came up to me and said, hey, are you filming here in the coffee shop area? I said, yeah, man, I'm filming here in the coffee shop area. My goal is to catch the parade of costumes. And he's like, well, somebody's concerned that you're filming them. And I'm like, no, man, I'm just catching the costumes that are coming by. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And the guy knew who we were because what we do before we go on a cruise ship is we reach out to the cruise line, whether it be public relations or just anywhere that we can get a hold of and say, hey, we're going to be on your cruise ship. We're going to be filming. Are there any restrictions? Are there anything you want us to see, not see, that kind of thing? We ask those questions in advance so that the cruise ship knows that we're there, so that the people on the cruise know that we're there. And most of the time when we get on the cruise ship, people are aware of who we are, and there's not a problem with us filming. But it's still a weird scenario, right? So, like, I always feel weird when I'm pointing a camera at something, and I don't want people to think like I'm trying to film them, because it's never really my intention. I try to film the entertainment, I try to film aspects of the ship, but I'm not really looking to film people. So I think most cruise vloggers are like that. I don't think anybody out there is trying to just film strangers. I could be alone on that. If you're a creator, leave a comment below. But I try to stay with the characters I know. My wife, Jenny, if we're on a group cruise, people that are on a group cruise, I'll ask the question, do you want to be on film? Do you not want to be on film? So really, that's the thing. But now to the story that I feel like I'm probably in the wrong, right? So this is the way I feel about it. If I am filming and somebody walks in front of me or somebody, I feel like, okay, I'll have to readjust my position because, people are there on vacation, or they're not there to help me make a movie. And so, but this last, they had a beer drinking contest on the pool deck, and I got there before everybody else did. I set up with my little camera. I had a great shot at the stage, and I filmed the whole thing, which was really cool. All the different aspects of them having a beer chugging contest. I'd never seen it on a cruise ship before. I was excited. It got down to the final 2 people, and as they were getting ready to face off in the final 2 beer chugging, this lady shows up, and she stands right in front of me. Like, she sees me there with the camera, and she stands right in front of me. Now, I thought this was just going to be a momentary thing. I adjust the camera a little bit. Then she adjusts, and she's in front of the camera again. And then she's there with her little child, and she decides that she needs to apply suntan lotion to the little baby girl there on the sun deck. Makes sense. You want to protect your child from the sun. But the whole time, she just kept moving in front of my camera. Like, she looked at me in the face, she saw the camera, and she just kept trying to get in the shot. I had a similar situation trying to film a parade in Shanghai Disney. I'm obviously there with a camera. I'd been set up there for an hour, and all these Johnny-come-latelys that are trying to film, they got their cameras in front of my camera. It's a little frustrating. I missed some of this beer chugging contest, and there's nothing that you could do. Like, I either had to get up and move, which would have broken the continuity from everything that I was filming, and I could have missed the end of the competition, but of course I didn't say anything. I don't know. Sometimes when you're filming, you get people that photobomb, that kind of thing, and so I don't know if this lady just wanted to be on camera. I can't imagine that she did. So a couple options. She either wanted to be on camera or she just didn't care. And that's her prerogative. Again, I feel like I'm an interloper. I'm the person on the outside when I have my camera trying to capture a moment that's somebody else's vacation. I mean, it's my vacation too. But it was frustrating. And that's part of the challenge of vlogging on a cruise. You want to be able to tell your story in a good way without really kind of interrupting other people's vacation. At least that's my goal. I don't really want to be that obvious and really put people at unease just trying to have a good time. So I think most other creators are like that also. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong in that situation, but I mean, it's tough when you're trying to...
What do you think the temperature of the pool is going to be like today?
Gentlemen, time for our challenge, our final challenge. All together now in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Yeah, talk to me about
I see you. What you doing down there? Are you? Oh, this one is not camera shy, is he?
No.
You are not camera shy at all. What you think, Tony?
This is super cool. It's like the best hug ever.
What? From a sloth?
Does my sloth look happy?
Yeah, looks very content.
Jake? This is Sid the Sloth.
You go hair bop. Come on, we're gonna get this. Hair bop. Do this with me. Let's go. Go hair bop. Come on now. You better hair bop. Fly like a little black bird. Go fly. Fly like a little pigeon. Go fly. Fly like a little hummingbird. Go fly. Fly like a little 7-4. Go fly. Fly side, baby. Let's go. Go slide. 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 Here's your new move. New move. You ready? You go pelvics. Come on. You better pelvics. Do this with me. Let's go. Go pelvics. Come on. Now you're under 18. You don't do that. You do the chicken. You do the chicken. I don't see no.
Come on, front and center are scarecrows. It's a masterful win by Tom and Brenda, the KY Travelers. The scarecrows.
They're scary. No, they're not. They're...
Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Tony with the Lido Loca Cruise Show. And until the next time, I think the pool's warm. We'll see you on the Lido. Bye.